The final event of the final rotation. Oklahoma finishing on floor exercise. This is the freshman Ashley Cooney.
And it is going to come down to these last few gymnasts without a doubt. Ashley, a freshman with tremendous pressure on her. She had a mistake earlier on the balance beam. See if she can recover coming into the last event floor. She's got a lot of great tumbling. We saw a very good double pike for her first pass. Her second pass is even more difficult.
And it's just amazing how close the team competition, everything counts as we get down to the final couple of competitors for each team here.
Absolutely. Second pass, a difficult combination. She'll do a 2.5 twist. Right to a punch front. Wow, a little bit short on that, but she found a way to get to her feet. She looks like a veteran out there. She is smiling. She looks like this is the easiest thing that she has ever done.
Remember, this is a Sooner team that lost one of its top competitors, Brittany Konchak, and Cooney came on and led the way down the stretch. Now she's being counted upon here in the floor exercise.
Little did she know that when she came onto this team that she may be put in a position to clinch the Sooners' first ever team championship.
Well, the Sooners trailed Iowa State coming into this the fourth rotation. Let's take another look at Cooney here.
And this is her last pass, a fairly easy one, a layout to a layout. But when you do two very difficult passes like she did earlier in the routine, you just want to get it done at the end.
Is Steve Nuno ever happy? Ashley Cooney joined the team the third meet of this season. A 9-9 in the floor exercise, putting the heat on the Iowa State Cyclones. And the other subplot here is the all-around championship. Alisha Robinson of Missouri had the lead throughout much of this meet. In fact, through 3 rotations. And now Alisha Robinson here trying to hold on to that all-around lead.
And Missouri really hurt themselves earlier in the beam rotation with a major disaster. A routine with a number of falls may have taken them out of the team competition, but Alisha still has some hardware that she wants to earn. She wants to be the Big 12 all-around champion, and we saw at the beginning there a slight wobble. That will be a 10th or 2 deduction. Very nice acro series. Layout, step out.
You can almost see the disappointment from Alisha Robinson as she began this.
You could see a little of the wind came out of their sails, I think. She knows that her team probably is not going to win the team championship, but this would be a big honor for her school if she could pull home this all-around title.
Junior from Bates City, Missouri, Alisha Robinson.
And it is ever so tight among the top all-arounders, less than actually a quarter of a tenth separating the top 3 gymnasts. Good combination there. And when there's only a quarter of a tenth separating you from another athlete, wobbles like she had at the beginning could absolutely make the difference. Here's her dismount. Gainer full. Perfect landing. And you know what? I think the all-around title is the furthest thing from her mind. She knows they came here to win a team championship, and that's probably not going to happen. There's the dismount one more time. Good finish.
Oh, so close in the team competition through 3 rotations, but struggling a bit in the balance beam. Alisha Robinson and the Missouri Tigers. And now the final competitor for Missouri in the balance beam is Lauren Schwartzman, and only 4'10", but she was a perfect 10 in the balance beam earlier this season. This was January 11th against Iowa State. Pretty perfect there for Bunny Schwartzman, and now it's up to Lauren Schwartzman from Missouri here in the balance beam. Final rotation for the Tigers to come through again.
And her team is going to need a 10. Unfortunately, they might need more than a 10 if they're going to bring home the Big 12 championship. Just too many mistakes on this event. But individual honors still up for grabs, and this is her specialty. It was a very difficult pass here. A round off back handspring, layout, step out. Perfect.
Sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, Lauren Schwartzman.
And she is just a performer on this event. Nice leap sequence there. Got through the difficult part. Here comes the dismount. Could it be another 10? I don't know, a little step on that landing, probably not a 10, but certainly a 9.9 or higher.
It is a 9.925 for Lauren Schwartzman. She finishes in style for Missouri.
We're going to take another look at her acro series right here. A round off, back handspring, layout, step out, one of the more difficult sequences being done on the balance beam. But she made it look exceptionally easy.
But it comes down, as we furious tabulate results in the team competition, it comes down to Iowa State and Oklahoma. And in the uneven bars, Erin Dethloff, the 9th-ranked competitor in the all-around in the nation.
And she does an incredibly difficult bar routine. And looking at the scores going into this routine, it is currently tied between Iowa State and the University of Oklahoma. This is so intense. Their best all-arounder with everything on the line. She's got to stick it. Unbelievable performance coming through in the clutch.
Are the Cyclones ever happy? Erin Dethloff, a 9.9 in the uneven bars, putting the pressure on the Oklahoma Sooners.
And looking at Iowa State, they think they have won it. Here's another look at the dismount. She has got to stick it, and she knows it. Absolute perfection. And the Cyclones are going crazy, but it's not over.
Now to the final event of the night. This is Kasie Tamayo for the Oklahoma Sooners in the floor exercise. And Kasie Tamayo, if our numbers are right, John, needs a 9.925 to overtake Dethloff and Iowa State.
And this is exactly how this competition should end. The two best athletes, one for Iowa State, one for Oklahoma, going head-to-head, knowing everything is on the line. And so far, Kasie Tamayo looks absolutely perfect. Great sequence there.
Dethloff had a 9.9, but Tamayo probably isn't aware of how well Iowa State scored in their final event.
Probably not. And her high score on this event, incidentally, is a 9.95. She needs to get right near that if she hopes to help Oklahoma bring home that first conference championship. One more pass.
The personality of Tamayo.
Front layout, front layout. Nice landing. This is going to score big, Bill. It's going to be so close to that 9.925 that we think she needs. It's all in the judges' hands now. That was a clutch performance by the senior leader from Oklahoma. Another look at her combination pass. Whip half, front full, front tuck. No problem.
And of course also in line perhaps for the all-around championship, which would be her 6th in a row this season. And there it is, the score, 9.925 for Kasie Tamayo in the floor exercise.
And that might just do it. We will find out officially shortly, but that was clutch.
So Kasie Tamayo comes through in the floor exercise. Now let's check out the defending champions. Kristi Esposito for Nebraska in the vault.
Oh, a beautiful handspring pike front half. Small step on the landing. Very difficult vault.
And a 9.825 score for Esposito. Now the senior, this is Libby Landgraf.
And she does the same vault. A little bit better, only a small step. And incidentally, you can see Rochelle Simpson cheering on her teammates there. That's all she can do at this point. Give some moral support.
This is Gina Bruce. You mentioned Rochelle Simpson. What a story, this Nebraska team coming back after her injury. A 9.85 for Bruce in the vault.
And that was a very original vault. A handspring forward onto the board and a handspring pike off. Amazing.
Nebraska, the three-time defending champions. The final results coming up here on Fox Sports Net.